I wanted to do one more video before I left. It's kind of a big deal because at the end of the day, yesterday, I had forgotten where the verse was. And I wrote it down just in case I would forget. There it is. But I picked up a Bible last night at my store. I was tired and I just thought, I got nothing else to do. Why don't I just open this up? And I opened it up, and I opened it right to the verse that I was thinking of earlier that day, and I was laughing about it earlier in the day because it's so true. And I might just read like this whole passage. I don't know, because there's so much in it. But it's scary. I'm going to try to lower your shields a little bit first. And then I'm going to scare you. Maybe. Or maybe just make you think. So what happened yesterday? I was on my knees moving around some cookies. We have 10 million containers of cookies at my store, and a lot of them are going bad. Nobody's buying cookies. Smart people. Good work. Nobody should be buying garbage cookies. It's all just cancerous, fentanyl, whatever. So I was putting the fentanyl on the shelf, and this guy, it's the Skull Kid, or the Bum, in a previous video that I talked about. I've called him the Skull Kid and the Bum. He's not any of those things. He's just some guy. He's like, "Hey, Alec! Hey, man! How you doing?" And he runs up to me, and I'm still on my knees, "Hey, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while." "Yeah, man." And he starts talking to me. I said to him, "I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. I was worried that maybe you lost your apartment." I mentioned that was what was going on with him. I think I requested prayers for him a while back, and he's still alive. He's still got his apartment. He had to get rid of a few of his cats. He's down to 8 cats now. I know. It's tough. Only 8. And he seemed to be doing all right. But I call him the Skull Kid or the Bum. He kind of has a dilapidated look about him, but he also has a machete strapped to his back. And it's like he could just... And he's right in the middle of the store with this, and he's just talking to me, and I'm kneeling there. And praise God, though, that he's still got his apartment. I guess he's still having some kind of bureaucrat red tape with people threatening him and stuff, and rent issues. If you could please pray for him. He's having trouble too, and but then he started talking to me about faith, and how people are losing faith. And then he was talking about the book of Revelation. If people would just open the book of Revelation, they would know that everything going on is... And pretty much everything he said, I was like, wow, yeah, you get it. you know. And I've talked to him before lots of times. We pretty much see eye to eye on most of current events, you know. But here he is in the middle of the store with a machete on his back, and he's talking about the book of Revelation in a tone that's slightly above, normal tone of voice. So, and the store started to get busy as he was talking to me. It was very strange. Like the whole day was just like we get like one or two customers and it's nothing, and you barely hear anything, and then all of a sudden, and there's a guy down there. He looks at me. I'm like, "Huh!" And then he sees the guy's machete, and he's like, "Oh," and he continues on his way. And then the woman over here, "Excuse me, where's the Jello?" "Top shelf, second to last aisle." "Thank you. I need Jello." So and then my coworker comes along, and he walks right in the midst of us, and he's like, "You all right, Alex?" I said, "Yeah, we're fine." But he's very disturbed by this guy with the machete, Well, I mean, maybe he has that machete in case somebody messes with him. I don't know if you're allowed to carry a machete around, but I'm fine with it. But see, to the world's eyes, he looks crazy or he looks evil. But then when you actually speak to him and you talk to him, and I feel his spirit, I think he has a gentle spirit. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. But see, the world on the outside looks at him and sees him and says, "Oh, that's crazy. Oh, there's a crazy person in our store. Oh." And I want to tie it back to everything going on. Today is November 8th, and you will witness in the coming Bible videos that I am not pleased with the current events. We'll just put it that way, as nice as we can. I apologize in this video for my demeanor and attitude. I apologize also in those videos, but I'm rather nasty. But see, here's the world's perspective looking in on this poor innocent guy with 8 cats. He's just a guy with some cats. Leave him alone. There's nothing wrong with him. But the outside world looks at him, sees that machete, and like, "Oh man, he's a danger to everyone. Run for the hills!" But then you talk to him, and I'm the only person in the middle of the store talking to this poor guy. And you listen to him, and it's just like, I am exactly the same as you. I feel exactly the same way. This world is going to hell. This is nuts. Thank God we're in Christ. Thank God we're with Him. I wish more people would wake up. Lord, have mercy on this country. What have we done? And so, the world perspective, good is evil, and evil is good, which is where I'm going. Isaiah, I'm going to start at verse 8 of chapter 5 of Isaiah. "Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. In my ears, said the Lord of hosts, of a truth many houses shall be desolate, even great and fair, without inhabitant. Yea, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield 1 bath, and the seed of an homer shall yield an ephah. This is something that's coming when you sell your country to China, or your stock market goes to zero on today's November 8th, Sunday. I'm not looking forward to the business economics on Monday. Could very well be this verse. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them, you know. I'm not saying either candidate is, well, I think one candidate might have given us a little more time than the other, but how many Americans were just like that, you know, just drinking booze 24/7? How are you righteous, you know? How do you deserve any kind of mercy from God? You're the most powerful nation on the earth, and yet you drink booze all day, and you think God is going to be merciful to you? Are you nuts? And the harp and the viol, the tabret and pipe and wine are in their feasts, but they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands. See, if you would have just done that, we might have had some mercy, you know. Maybe we deserve what we're getting. Do you ever think of that? Not to be unpatriotic or negative, but scary times. Maybe we deserve them. Or maybe it's part of God's plan, you know. Maybe he's calling you back to him. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge. I started my Psalm videos today saying how I've been reading in front of this camera for over a year and a half. And I've been predicting a lot of these. I think these are going to be disasters coming very soon. I'm predicting this. I've been talking about this, you know, not that I'm anything special or anything. I've just been listening to the word on the street, you know, and it's pretty obvious. This verse speaks of that, you know. What's the title of my videos? My most recent videos? It says, nobody reads the Bible. What is this verse saying right here? Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge. And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. What is the point? You know? No knowledge, no wisdom, no purpose. Why do you think God blessed this nation? Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. I mentioned in the psalm that I just did, I mentioned my old friend. Tell me, old friend, when did Saruman the wise abandon reason for madness? Madness. I think he's probably laughing right now. He that rejoiceth shall descend into it. You know, there's a lot of people pleased about this election, you know. You're pleased about people cheating out in the open. You're pleased about that guy taping a pizza box to the window to prevent people from witnessing a fair and honest account, you know. Of course, they don't care. They don't care about their children or their future. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. I've had a lot of haughty looks for a long time. And what approaches is very scary. But the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. Then shall the lambs feed after their manner, and the waste places of the fat ones shall strangers eat. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin as it were with a cart rope. That say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. Woe unto them. This is the verse right here. God showed me this verse last night. I had asked, I had forgotten where it was exactly, and God opened me right to the page. And I looked down. Oh, there it is. Because this is the circumstance, Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's the key verse there that I wanted to discuss. You look at this crazy guy with a machete, and you think, oh, he's crazy. Oh, he has 8 cats. Oh, he's pure, he's evil. You have to throw him out of the store. And actually, he's the only person in that store that I would maybe stand with. Maybe my boss. I don't know about my boss, but seems like a righteous man. But I'm pretty sure this guy with 8 cats is probably the only righteous, Bible-believing person that I've encountered at work. Probably the only person that I would stand with amidst all this madness. And yet here's people looking at him and saying, oh, he's crazy. Oh, who is this guy? He's nuts. We gotta get this guy out of here. What's happening? Same thing with the value system of this country, As we allow a pedophile to take control of this country, what are our standards? What do we stand for anymore? Or is it just the reality of who we are now? Scary. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. I don't share the same value system of you or most people. I read this Bible and I seek to conform to his standard, and I think this is actually the good. What do you associate with goodness? What do you think is good? Or is this evil? Is this hate speech? Is this wrong for me to seek God? That's what the world is saying, right? You want to talk crazy? That's crazy. God help us.